Phil, is just very quickly, I just want to follow up on this Bethpage. So, okay, there was a printing company in Pennsylvania. Let's just 2 minutes. There was a printing company in Pennsylvania that printed up in New York that printed up 650,000 ballots meant for Pennsylvania. Okay, that's legitimate. Somebody's got to print the ballots, right? I get it. No problem. So they printed up. Hopefully they were honest ballots, but they printed them up. Fine. Then we got 250,000 live ballots that were processed in a postal facility in Bethpage, New York. They were processed there. How they were processed there, I got it. That's your first question. So why were they processed there? Then the 250 got on a truck, and they were supposed to go to Harrisonburg. They ended up in Philadelphia in the middle of the night, dropped off, and we never saw the truck again. So we're trying to figure out what were these 250,000 ballots, and what was the procedure, and are they legitimate, and what happened to the truck? Why did it get there in the middle of the night? And now we've got some information. So let's start quickly. 250,000 ballots meant for Pennsylvania voters. Why were they in Bethpage?
Well, they haven't answered the question. The Office of Inspector General's report does not answer that question. It acknowledges there were some ballots moving through a facility that shouldn't have any ballots, but they don't explain why and how they got there and what they did about it, or further, any information about that in this report. Additionally, John, the report, which was completed in about 2.5 weeks after Jesse came forward with his allegations, does not explain how the 650,000 ballots, they didn't even get to the bottom of how those ballots were shipped from New York into Pennsylvania, whether it was on the printing company's truck or through the U.S. Postal Service or however it was sent down there. So they didn't answer a lot of questions, and a lot of the facts actually confirm and are consistent with Jesse's story.
We're never going to get to the bottom of this. And we don't know why that many ballots were printed outside of Pennsylvania. Then the question becomes, why are they in Bethpage in a postal facility there? Then they're supposed to go to Harrisburg. Why are they dumped in Philadelphia? Are they Philadelphia precinct ballots? Well, where did they go from there? How did they end up in New York and then go to Pennsylvania in the middle of the night? What happened to the truck? What did the driver say? He doesn't remember. I mean, the whole thing is, the corruption here. Look, you can just connect 8 dots. You don't have to be an idiot to figure out, the level of fraud here. You can't even get to the bottom of it. You have no idea if all those 250,000 ballots were fraud, if 10 of them were fraudulent, or 675 were fraud. No one knows. No answers. Right? 3 years later, nothing. You'll never get to the bottom of this, Phil. It's just the corruption in our election system is beyond the pale. And we don't know. We still to this day.
This is indicative of a nation that's unwilling to dig down and figure out what happened. And there's not a will to understand this. And then secondly, of this wholesale privatization of elections. Government doesn't run our elections anymore. The private sector does.
Yeah. Private sector that are in bed with the communists, basically.
It should not be privatized.
This thing is such
government.
This thing is such a friggin' mess. People got to wake up. We're focused on like the cat with the yarn, right? Focused on the wrong things. Here's where the fraud is. All the fraud is on the ground. All of it. Fake ballots, phony ballots, ballots of people that ate, like we just heard in Fulton County, 8 people at one address, only one person there. It's stuffed in drop boxes, mail-out ballots. It goes on and on and on. And that's what we're faced with. And I don't know about the other stuff, but I tell you, the fraud. And the Democrats have perfected it. NGOs, they got the whole thing perfected. The mail-in ballots, and people don't understand. When those ballots got mailed out in 2020, because they said you can't choose between voting and dying, there was a box to check. And that box said, check this box if you don't want to get a ballot in the mail in perpetuity. If you didn't check the box, those ballots are getting mailed to you for freaking life, right? And the Democrats know who's on the mailing list. They follow it up. They go to their house. They get the ballots. They get them in the mail or they get them in a drop box. They check them off and they go on to the next guy. We're not doing any of that. We haven't even figured out what the box is. We have no plan, and we got 17 months. That's why I've been ringing the alarm bells here like you have.